The Vietnam Wall is another example. Park rangers take care of it when they're not furloughed. Mike Valerio continues our coverage.
When you walk from the glow of the Lincoln Memorial to the Vietnam Wall, seemingly swallowed by the void left by war, there's always a constant reflection, in snow or sunshine, of someone there to help. Whether it's finding a name or simply passing out paper to carry on this time-honored tradition. But we noticed recently visitors were on their own. National park rangers furloughed, no one to take care of the grounds. It was only in the final hours of the shutdown we learned that families found names, leaves were removed, and the site's dignity was preserved because of volunteers from the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, the founders of the wall. It's the team responsible for constructing the memorial, so without them, none of this would be here. And without their efforts, a piece of Washington and the nation would sit without proper care, a sacrifice volunteers weren't willing to make during this shutdown or ever.
And we are also able to break the news tonight that the Park Service expects them all to be fully functional by Sunday. A spokesperson told us that it still hasn't received reopening guidance, at least not yet. Leslie.
Yeah, the sooner the better, Mike, that's for sure. Let's talk about another national park impact.